don't think so.
Again, yeah, well, again, we can see with that little method we discovered last
Oh,
game.
you know why? No. This is that other thing. You're probably observing Team 2, aren't you? And I'm observing Team 1.
Oh,
So
it could be that. All
it
right.
may be reversed
Yeah.
for one of us and not the other one. That's the other odd thing, that observers actually have team slots as well. So it just compounds that problem a little bit. So you're like a Team 1 observer versus a Team 2 observer. So I think we might be on opposite sides. Because for me, I'm definitely showing them as correct 2 red and 1 blue.
Okay. Yeah, that is interesting.
That's super confusing. Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm so glad they are fixing it.
Now it might still be possible to produce the effect by having observers on multiple teams, though I'm not necessarily sure that gets fixed. Well, actually, I think we'll just both see. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not going on the record for any of that crap. We do have a Brightlands team on the field right now, though, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's going to be only one component. Well, actually, you know, maybe a little more than one component of dealing with this Dreadnought. I was going to say it would only be one component of dealing with the Dreadnought, but because it is an assault cannon, it still does good melee, though. So it depends on how Aki utilizes it. But in a straight-up range battle, you know, the Bright Lance will do pretty decently against it. But, you know, again, not bad. You're probably going to need to look at multiple sources of ranged AV, though,
now we
to
have
take that down.
Devastator team coming out as well, so that'll certainly provide a nice little punch there. But yeah, I know. Were you thinking like normally a combination of like Howling Banshees plus Bright Lance, except for Howling Banshees would normally have trouble if it was double melee.
Yeah, well, Howling Banshees would have trouble here with the assault cannon Dreadnought.
Yeah.
There's no Warp Spiders here to go ahead and provide that Haywire snare.
Wraithguard though, this is interesting.
Yeah, and so we're going to see that again, that will probably prove pretty effective here. Now, the Assault Space Marines are going to be the thing that is going to allow Aki to go ahead and control the effectiveness of the Wraithguard on his side of things. But again, we're seeing very nice kind of like map control here that the Assault Cannon Dreadnought is affording Aki.
Yeah, Assault Cannon Dreadnought right there just jibbed a bunch of those Guardians who were trying to cap that point. It looks like they successfully decapped it. I love the way that effect looks. Oh god, that just looks, just visually speaking, having that Assault Cannon burst come out like that.
These Guardians are getting a little bit of an attrition war here, but they toss a grenade right on top of the Tax, and the Tax do get a little bit away from it. They eat it, and they get healed up, so it doesn't even matter. In the meantime, these scouts are trying to go ahead and capture this power point. They're getting bashed into the ground by Wraithguard. But in the meantime, though, we do see that Aki is just supplementing his force, supplementing his forces, supplementing his forces. We have a Librarian coming out and a Devastator Marine squad on top of...
He must have canceled his Plasma team and then got a Librarian instead? Okay.
That seems to be what he has done here. It's a little surprising, actually, that... I don't see the immediate use for the Devastator over the Plasma Devastator, but we'll have to see what he does.
Librarian's getting his Tome of Time, as we would probably expect.
Cloak of Shadows on Wraithguard. Now this is interesting.
Now does he know they're there? They haven't been revealed yet. Winding up with the shot. Ooh! Splat.
Banshees, though, are trapped in the top left corner of the map here. I've never even really seen this portion of the map used before.
Yeah, there's really no reason to go up there.
Yeah, like nothing goes up there usually, but these Howling Banshees seem to be trying to hide from the Dreadnought there unsuccessfully.
Oh, these cloaked Wraithguards keep picking off random unsuspecting Space Marines in the middle there. That Devastator squad just lost a model to them as well. A little bit of Veil of Time being used to get them out of there and set them up quickly.
Well, they would be getting out of there if they could move. Veil of Time has stopped time, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I love, the idea of having the Plasma team out with the Veil of Time is awesome. I love that combo. I kind of wish he went that way instead of just going for the regular old Devastator team. But
yeah, I don't see what, the 180-degree setup bug there is plaguing them as well. But yeah, I just haven't seen the need for the regular Devastator team here. He may be really concerned with Banshees, but I'm not really sure why. He's handled them really well until now. But this may be it, though. There's a Wraithlord in production by Texaneous. Possibly Aki has foreseen this, and that is what he's seeking to deal with, is that eventually this is going to become a last cannon Devastator squad.
That makes sense. I guess there's enough reason to suspect that the game's going on pretty long. He doesn't want to risk having any sort of vehicles come out, Falcon, Fire Prism. It's kind of hard to keep track of the tech level of your opponent.
How are we going to see? Yep, we're going to go ahead and see the Purification Vial spike on the retreat path of these Guardians. It goes off. It's not going to do a ton of damage because, you know, Purification Vials really relies on damage over time, but it still does quite a bit of damage.
More on the right here, it looks like we've got the Dreadnought just kind of pouring a lot of fire into these poor, unsuspecting Banshees who are just going to have to get the heck on out of there.
Yeah.
Still, no, I kind of, I still kind of wish there were some upgrades on these scouts, but, whatever. Librarian is still kicking it, just kind of chilling here with these assault squads.
But we are seeing both players are, I don't want to say low on resources, because as you can see, both of them have a fair bit of requisition and a fair bit of power, but they are tight on resources. They both are looking at tier 3 right now is what I'm reading into this. With them looking at tier 3, the scout upgrades just are not the most important thing right now.
Yeah, now that I actually did what you said and just looked at their resources, that makes perfect sense. They're clearly saving up for tier 3.
And we have Veil of Time being used here on the Assault Space Marines to get them
way up in there on top of that.
Nice. Ooh,
nice, on top of the Brightlands team.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to go ahead and go after the Wraith Guard, but in actuality, what they wanted to do is actually get in jump range of the Brightlands team. But this very nice usage of this building here with the Shuriken Cannon platform to go ahead and cover this Brightlands and to cover the Wraith Lord. And meantime, Banshees are forcing off Tactical Space Marines on the left side. And we've got, is this going to be a drop pod?
Drop pod perhaps in the middle? Just straight up? Yes, it is.
It is just a drop pod. That is it. All right. And actually, that's probably decent usage.
It's not that bad. Yeah, he resupplied 3 squads with it, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, he got his red's worth on that.
A little bit of assaults kind of beating up these Guardians here as they're retreating away. There goes the tier 3 for Texaneous as well.
Yeah, we get to see, by the way, Fleet of Foot versus Veil of Time.
Yeah, this this Shuriken team in this one tower here is actually ended up doing a pretty good job. Unfortunately, this Brightlands team retreated all the way over here, only to be found out once again by this assault squad. Ooh, Melt-A-Bomb equipped assault squad.
Yeah, they are under heavy fire, though, from the Shuriken and the Guardians, so they're going to get out of there. And this Wraith Lord continuing to push forward. The Warlock was able to tie up that Devastator Marine squad, the last kind of Devastator, I should say, to be able to force that off and save the Wraith Lord. And we are seeing that as soon as Texaneous gets to tier 3, he's got Wraithbone queued up, so he's going to be able to heal that without having to rely on his Guardians. And the really nice thing about that is that even though he does have the 2x Guardians, so he can do that whenever he wants to, but by not having to rely on the Guardians, it allows him then to use the Guardians for map control purposes, which he has been doing. So, for the moment though, he is going to go ahead and try and repair, it looks like.
Kind of a big showdown here right now. Everybody's kind of firing through this drop pod. There goes, once again, my favorite Dreadnought ability. Just kind of cutting up the battlefield here. It looks like our Tactical Marines are going to have to get on out of there. The Wraith Guard is the Wraith Lord, rather, is playing a little bit cautious here since he is at low health, not wanting to extend too far out there.
Yeah, that Devastator Marine squad with the last cannon is in the back there. It's in that kind of safe position, that sort of Company of Heroes style positioning you were talking about, of keeping it back and in some place where you know where it is and where you can protect it, and where your opponent has no clue where it is other than to know that it is on your back lines.
Yeah, and with the possibility of the Veil of Time out there, which removes the setup time, that Wraith Lord definitely needs to be careful, because that could just kind of pop up at any moment and start zotting him.
Definitely. So we are seeing a little bit of a move to the right here from Aki. And again, we're going to see Veil of Time on these Assault Space Marines. Where are they going? We're not quite sure. Looks like they may actually just be... Oh, they're going for the Banshees. So he's going to try and take these Banshees out of the fight, and then maybe go after something more specific than that. Oh, okay, he's trying to use this whole... So Aki is trying to use this whole push to the right to cover this attempt to capture the center. And we're seeing that it's being somewhat successful right now.
Yeah, the single attacks right now only being kind of, lightly plucked by the Brightlands there. It doesn't really matter at all. Assault Squad is just really
this Brightlands is getting ganged up behind all of the Assault Space Marines taken out. Yeah, so they were successful in that.
I'm guessing those Assault Marines have already been healed at least once during the course of all this.
Twice. Yeah,
yeah, there we go.
Up again there.
Oh, Wraithbone.
Wraithbone going down. Perfect time there as he's getting...
right as the Melt-A-Bombs were all stuck on him and all that.
Yeah, actually, that was interesting. There's a Melt-A-Bomb. I'm not even sure if a Melt-A-Bomb went down. The more I think about it.
I saw something counting down, but maybe it was just another grenade.
It was 2 Guardian grenades.
Oh, okay, okay.
They were trying to actually catch the Assault Space Marines while the Wraith Lord was healing.
This last cannon is just pounding away at this Wraith Lord, though. He's going to have to back out. He looks a little bit overextended there.
Yeah, but now he's going
once again, perfect lineup shot right there.
Gibbed.
Tons and tons and tons of models killed it.
Wraith Lord
Did that whole
is
squad get killed? No, it's down to just 2 units there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's very low.
Very low.
But charges right up, and he's gonna kill one. No, not at all. Actually, he killed I think like 1 model from it. That's about it.
Yeah, I think the Warlock took out 1 model there while he was charging it, but he definitely called him on his bluff there.